are a living soul. Well, this man, Willie Lynch, wasn't the first nor the only, but he gives us a good image of what kind of education we've received in the wilderness of North America. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad called this the wilderness of North America. And the minister said last week, look at the first 4 letters and you can see why it's called that. Wild. Now this is a wild spot here. Is that right? Wildernesses are judged or ruled by beasts. So he said last week that we are under the number 6. And we've been taught and educated, raised and reared in a world that's not ruled by human beings, but is ruled by beasts in human form. This is what Yaqub made. Yaqub, he says, count the number of the beast. For it is also the number of a man, and his number is what? 6, 3 score, 6, 6, 6, and 6. Well, we live in Yaqub. Do you bear witness? Well, do you bear witness? Well, Yaqub was 6 years old when he was playing with 2 pieces of metal. Is that right? He had 60,000 followers. It took him 600 years to graft. The people created mischief in Mecca for 6 months. They were set out to rule for 6,000 years. The average height of his made man was 6 feet tall. He had 6 ounces of grafted brain. His first world war was in 1914. When you add 1, 9, 1, and 4, it equals 15, and 1 and 5 is what? 6. World War II, 1941. 1, 9, 4, 1, 15 again, and the 1 and the 5 is what? Vietnam War, 1950. 1, 9, 5, 0, 15 again, and the 1 and the 5 is what? 6. If you died in that war, you were carried by 6 pallbearers. And when they buried us 6 feet deep. The police badge got a 6-point star with 6 angles that are 60 degrees. He carried a 6-shooter. When you first start school in this world, you're 6 years of age. When you reach maturity, you're 18. That's 3 6s put together. Do y'all see what I'm saying? All praise is due to Allah. All praise is due to Allah. We're not in the world of a man, we're in the world of a beast. All praise is due to Allah. He changes daylight saving time every 6 months. If you want to know what's going on, you turn on the 6 o'clock news. You turn to A, B, C. A is the first letter, B is the second, C is the third. 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. Or you turn to CBS. C is the third letter, B is the second letter, S is the 19th letter. Add it up, it becomes 24. 2 plus 4 is what? Or if you're crazy enough to turn on this racist no good station, Fox. F is the 6th letter. O is the 15th letter. 1 plus 5 is 6. X is the 24th letter, and 2 plus 4 is what? So in Fox is 6, 6, 6. His currency is 6 inches long. It's made up in 6 forms. You got a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a 50-cent piece, and a dollar bill. His language is in 6 tenses. Past, present, future tense, and past, present, future perfect tense. Y'all still with me? The capital of America is Washington, D.C. D in the Roman numerals is 500 and C is 100. 5 plus 100 is 600. Is that right? We live in America, which is 2 million by 3, or 2,000 by 3,000 square miles, 6 million square miles. Y'all still with me? Hell, even the man that's faking like he's the vicar of Christ, the Pope. If you were to look at the head adornment or the fez that he wears, you would see the words Vicarius Filii Dei. And if you added up the words in the Roman numerals for each letter that represent a number in Vicarius, it would become 112. Filii, F-I-L-I-I, will become 53. and DE idea would be 501. 112 plus 53 plus 501 equals 6. 6. 6. He ain't representing God and his Christ. He's representing Satan himself. The real vicar of Christ. The real vicar of Christ. The real Pope is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He is the one that will get us, he's the door to get us into the mind of Christ. All praises are due to Allah. All praises are due to Allah. So we've had the beast fed in us. We've had the animal fed in us. We've been nurtured by our appetite, lust, desire, food, shelter, and sex. And because this is all that the music feeds, all that the education feeds, all that the environment feeds, we have been functioning from a carnal mind. But Allah, God, in the personage of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I know what I just said. Did you hear me? Master Farad Muhammad is more than a man. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad is more than a man. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is more than a man. You are looking at the same energy, just in a different item of matter in the universe. But the power thereof is the same energy coming from the same frequency, sent from the same supreme source. Y'all right? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and we in a special place right now. I'm talking about Mosque Mariam. Very special place. I'm talking about the Nation of Islam. Very special place. I'm talking about being black people in America. I'm talking about being alive during the time and era of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's a very special place in history. All praises are due to Allah. Check this out. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that I am Yaqub in reverse. You didn't hear what he said, I am Yaqub in reverse. Yaqub's goal was to make a new man. Is that right? Yaqub was born out of the dissatisfaction of the people. And from that 30% dissatisfaction, he produced a near 100% change. But he married the weaker on with the weaker and killed off the stronger, didn't he? His goal was to produce a world abstract to the will of God. When he finished his process of grafting, he made a new man that was weak and wicked. Well, if the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said he's Yaqub in reverse, then he's trying to not marry weak with weak, but strong with strong. He's not trying to produce a world abstract the will of God. He's trying to bring the will of God back into the world. Just as Yaqub was a man that went to the island of Palan, it just so happens that Mosque Mariam is on Stony Island. And we are in the center for the re-education of the so-called American Negro. We are in the spot where a new man is being made. Well, I'm sure that Yaqub had to have one man that was the first off the assembly line. What y'all think? There had to be one that was born that he could say, hey, this is my new man. And from this one, I'm going to make a whole bunch of copies of that. Well, I'm here to tell you the most honorable Elijah Muhammad can say the same thing. Because he has made a new man that will become the original that we will all copy and make into ourselves. So when one says, put on the new man, did you hear me? Put on the new man. All praise is due to Allah. We're not talking about putting on a man that lived and died 2,000 years ago. We're talking about putting on the first fruit of them that slept. We're talking about putting on the first man off the assembly line of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's New Man Project. Y'all all right? Well, in order for us to be made into this new copy, we're going to have to go through some of the same steps. In fact, probably all of the steps to become the copy